This is the Tinkerbell story. It was a special day in Pixie Hollow. All the fairies gathered around. With a sprinkling of pixie dust, a new fairy was born. Her name was Tinkerbell. Queen Clarion welcomed the newest fairy and said, "Born of laughter, clothed in cheer, happiness has brought you here." The fairies tried to help Tinkerbell find her talent. They gave her flowers, water and light. But everything Tink touched faded away. Then, Tinkerbell passed a hammer. It began to glow. It flew straight toward her. She had found her talent. She was a Tinker Fairy, came to welcome Tinkerbell. Tink was happy to meet them. She was also a bit sad. Tinkers were not fancy like the other fairies. Tink's new friends, Clank and Bobble, took her on a tour of Pixie Hollow. They saw all the fairies getting ready for spring. "It's the changing of the seasons," explained Bobble. There was a lot going on at Tinker's Nook. Tinkerbell loved seeing all the useful things the Tinker Fairies made. Fairy Mary was the head tinker. She told Clank and Bobble to deliver their creations to the rest of the fairies fast. They would need the items on the mainland. "The mainland sounds flitter, if thick," cried Tink. The Tinker Fairies showed the Queen what they had made. One of Tinkerbell's creations still needed some work. Tick would fix it in time to take it with her to the mainland. The Queen told Tink that Tinker Fairies did not go to the mainland. "Your work is here in Pixie Hollow," Queen Clarion said. "Being a tinker stinks," said Tinkerbell back at Tinker's Nook. Fairy Mary told her that she should be proud of who she was. But Tinkerbell did not want to be a tinker. She wanted to be a nature fairy. She asked her friends for help. At first, Silvermist tried to teach Tink how to be a water fairy. But Tink was not good with water. Then Iridessa tried to teach Tink how to be a light fairy. But Tink was not good with light. Fawn tried to show Tink how to be an animal fairy. But Tink was not good with animals either. Tink saw a big bird flying in the sky. "Maybe that guy can help," she said. The bird made a nosedive for Tink. "Hawk!" yelled the fairies as they ran for cover. Tink jumped into a hole to hide. The hole was Vidya's hiding spot. Now, the hawk was after Vidya too. The other fairies attacked the hawk with berries. Vidya was safe, but she was angry. Tink tried to help her clean up, but she didn't want Tink's help. Tink felt horrible. She couldn't hold drops of water. She couldn't hold rays of light, and baby birds were scared of her. "I am useless," she said. Tink flew to the beach. She wanted to be alone. There she spotted a broken music box. Tink quickly got to work. Her friends watched. "You fixed it!" Silvermist cried. They were all amazed at her tinkering talent. Tinkerbell enjoyed tinkering, but she still wanted to go to the mainland. At her last hope, Tink went to Vidya for help, but Vidya was still angry with her. Vidya got an evil idea. She said Tink should capture the sprinting thistles to prove she was a garden fairy. It was a dangerous job. But Tink had to try. It was her last chance. She made a corral and a lasso to capture the thistles. She saddled up Cheese the mouse and was on her way. "It's working!" cried Tink. Thistles went into the corral. But then Vidya blew a strong gust of wind. The corral gate flew open. The thistles ran out. Hundreds of other thistles ran by too. Tinkerbell lost control of them. The thistles ran this way and that way through Springtime Square. They destroyed all the springtime supplies. Everyone was upset. Spring would have to be cancelled. It was all Tinkerbell's fault. She flew away in shame. Tinkerbell decided to leave Pixie Hollow for good, but she stopped one last time at the Tinker's workshop. As she looked around, she got an idea. She knew how to save spring. Back at Springtime Square, Vidya was punished for helping the thistles escape. and everyone was sad that spring wouldn't be coming. "Wait! I know how we can fix everything, but I can't do it alone!" Tinkerbell cried. The fairies were eager to help. Tink showed everyone what to do. In the blink of an eye, Tink's creations filled buckets with berry paints and seeds. Soon, everything was ready for spring. "You did it! You saved spring!" exclaimed Queen Clarion. "We all did it," said Tinkerbell. Fairy Mary told Tink she could go to the mainland too. The music box Tink had fixed belonged to a special little girl, and only Tinkerbell could deliver it to her. Tinkerbell was happy. Her tinkerings had saved the spring. She was a Tinker Fairy and proud of it. Please like, subscribe and share the channel.